Can you guys hear me well? If you can hear me, can you type number 1, please? Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let's go. So if this is the first time that we are meeting each other, right, then I'll just give a very brief introduction about myself. So I used to be from SMU. So I was actually quite happy when they invited me to give a talk on the day that Bibo is going to arrive in Singapore. So the talk is supposed to be to this second generation business owners. So a little bit like them, because a lot of them actually, they are kind of like Western educated, and being Western educated, right? Sometimes a lot of us will find it difficult to a lot of them actually they study overseas, so they don't study in Singapore uni. So a lot of times they will actually find it difficult to accept certain kind of our Asian culture, especially that of feng shui and 八字. Recently during this BBC interview that we also had, that Hoseki had, right? We had an opportunity to share about using 八字 and feng shui in a business setting. And they actually questioned, you know what, is it weird that a lot of Singaporean companies are looking to such methods? So I actually shared with them that there's nothing superstitious about it. And in fact, there's a lot of logic in it. So I actually use this logic, right, to also help to predict 2024's set of energy. Yeah, so very interestingly, right, as we talk about predicting this set of energy, right? Of course, they were a little bit surprised that how we can actually read charts in such a manner that we are able to predict the energy of the year. So, meaning to say that if we can actually see certain things in an economic sense, right, using the 八字 chart and also some feng shui readings, how about using this to also, read certain kind of elements of health, within our lives? Can we use that to read the health element within the 八字 chart? Can we use that to read the health element within that of your house feng shui? That is actually possible as well, and that is kind of like our topic for today. Now, so we actually asked everybody in on Telegram, right? Hey, can 八字 be used to predict future health issues? And it seems there are a lot of you guys who are also like who actually took part in this poll suggested that yes. But maybe I'll just ask the floor this question again. What do you guys think? Can 八字 be used to predict future health issues? Yes or no? Let's do this one more time. Okay, it's actually quite a interesting question, because if you have said no, right, then I also feel very strange, because like, if you have said no, then how come you come to this seminar for what? There would be no motivation for you to actually attend the seminar today. Now, very interestingly, right, if we say yes, the question is how? Okay, so the reason why we can actually predict, right, is actually we can see the mixture of the elements within a person's 八字 chart. And as we plot the 八字 chart out, right, it will be actually divided into a certain composition of the 5 elements. And according to this composition of the 5 elements, of course, then there are other ways to read combinations and clashes. But in a totality, this composition can allow us to tell of our future health issues in that sense. Now, if we were to plot this 八字 chart of next year, can we see what are the potential health issues in 2024? If you have come to our seminar on 2024 year forecast, right, you might have already known the type of year it's going to be. So the numerology for 2024. Okay, quick question. If you can answer this question, then Bibo will select you for the demo, the live reading demo later. Okay. So quick question. how many of you guys can remember the numerology number for 2024? Like the three numbers for 2024. Anybody can type the number out for me. So, oh, okay. Hey Wilson, but I like read for you like 100 million times already. So that will be a bit hard for me to read for you again. Okay, okay lah, whatever. So maybe perhaps yeah, but Wilson is correct. So the number for next year is actually 268. Now, what is that of number 2? Communication. Yeah, but one thing about this communication is that, right, the number 8 is actually a motivation and responsibility star. Now, we have a clash of, okay, people, you take note, okay, of people that have you know, answered correctly. So number 2 actually stands for water element. Okay, number 2 is water, and number 8 is actually fire element. Now, if you have a 2 and 8 within the chart, that means that actually this is a water and fire clash. Now, if there is a fire clashing within that of this 2, 6, 8, right, what does it mean? Yeah, no problem, Jack. We can read for you later. Yeah, so it means that, right, this water and fire clash causes heart issues. Okay, possible to have heart issues. So we will see a rise in heart issues next year. And then since there's also a clash of fire element, right, another body area or composition that is connected to the fire element is also blood. Yeah, so next year we also see a rise in blood-related issues as well, due to the rising number of due to the rising number of this rising amount of fire composition within the chart. And of course, then fire represents also the eyes. Now, the interesting thing is that, right, what is that element that generates? What is the element that generates that of fire? Anybody wants to take this question? What element generates fire? Yeah, so let's say if wood generates fire, right? One of the issues that could also arise is wood-related issues. So that also you know, encompasses liver. So these are the 4 different body areas that could give rise next year. Exactly how and why this is the case, we will talk more about it during the year forecast again. But for now, this is just, you know, a little bit of a demo on how we can actually read for the next year, but then after that we can relate it back to the health issues. But interestingly, if you were to plot the 八字 chart, right, for 2024, right, you will see similar results as well. And therefore, using the numerology chart and also the 八字 chart, if you reach the same conclusion, which means that, you know, the outcome is probably quite obvious already, okay, that it is the case. This is what we call the compounding reading technique. Now, therefore, like we mentioned, right, what can we use to actually spot health issues, right, are these 3 methods that we also incidentally use for all our common readings for everybody. So the first one is actually the numerology reading. The second one is the 八字 reading. And the third one is, of course, the face reading. So from the face reading, right, where can we actually tell a person's where can we actually tell a person's health issue? Number 1, we usually look at the life palace, which is you know, between the brows. And the next one is actually a person's nose. A person's nose kind of like represents the person's potential health issues. That's why generally people that have issues with their nose, right, might also have health issues as well. I'm not saying like, you know, you have like nasal congestion or something. What I'm actually referring to, the looks of your nose. Yeah, if you do have problems with the looks of your nose, it is possible that it will affect your health. Okay, so if you have a mole on your nose, right, there's no need for you to ask me this question. There's probably a very good idea for you to remove the mole in that sense. Okay, so of course, other than the numerology method, right, we have the 八字 method that is used to see a person's health issues. And of course, other than the composition, I was actually telling you guys that, you know, it's important also to check for clashes. I wouldn't say who, but recently, you know, not too recent lah, a few months ago, there was actually okay, so all these questions that you all have for Q&A, can you type them in the Q&A box? Then later I'll try and answer them one shot. Okay, so checking for clashes is a very, very important part when you want to check for health issues. For example, if you see an Earth-Earth clash, sometimes it means issue with a person's intestines, especially if the Earth is the body element or the resource element. Now, similarly, right, let's say if we see, you know, clashes also regarding the ear pillar, it could also represent a person's potential health issues. Now, who has this clash in the ear pillar? Recently, there is a singer that passed away. So let's not name the person, but she has this clash in the ear pillar, and that actually caused her potential health issues in 2022. So although she did pass away this year, but of course it wasn't due to her health problems, but there were several news about her health issues actually in 22. But if we relate it back in the theories that we teach during our intermediate 八字 course, we can actually see that these are what we call clashes from within her chart. So therefore, clashes are an accurate, is actually an accurate way for you to check for issues within a person's health issues within a person's 八字 chart. Then of course, for the composition, we will check for unfavorable elements. Now, so within these 5 different elements, right, what do each one of them actually represent and how do they affect us? So the first one is actually the wood element. So let's say, for example, if you have a clashed wood element, or that, you know, it is actually your favorable element that's being clashed away, or, you know, it is your favorable element, right, that's being lost during combination, or it is your unfavorable element, one of each, right, would affect your wood element health sectors. And that would mean it is your liver and gallbladder that could be affected. Now, there are other body areas that could suffer harm as well, like tendons, eyes, ligaments, and muscles. So a lot of people with wood element affected could have certain issues with their tendons that can cause them a lot of pain, especially at middle age or old age, right? It can cause a lot of issues. To some extent, we might face also emotions that are not so positive, and related emotions could be anger and frustration. Now, similarly, if you have clashes or unfavorable combinations or an excessive amount of unfavorable element in that of the fire element, it is possible for it to affect your heart and small intestine. Okay, but one of the issues of why we place a lot of focus on unfavorable fire is that the danger of the unfavorable fire element is very strong. Now, why is that so? How come? How come? How come the fire when unfavorable is very serious? Who can answer this question? Anyone wants to answer this question? Anyone knows the answer to this question? Anyone wants to take a shot? Okay, Jack says because fire burn wood. Okay, what do you guys feel? Okay, John says, is it because it causes impulsiveness? What about the rest of you guys? Do you know the reason why it is so important? Now, okay, so Chun King Lee says fire. Okay, no, because okay, I'll tell you guys why. It is a very, very logical explanation because fire element is connected to the heart. Okay, fire element is connected to the heart. So what happens when your heart stops? So quite dangerous, right? Yeah, but let's say if we go back to the wood slide now. Let's say if we go back to the wood slide, if you can't see, that's quite sad, but you know, you are still alive. If your heart can't work, can you talk to me on Zoom? Probably not. Okay, if your muscles are painful, it's definitely not happy. I mean, it causes you a lot of frustration, but what happens? You're still alive, right? Yeah, so heart is fatal. So which is why we place a lot of focus on seeing unfavorable fire during our readings. Okay. Mm. Okay, so other than that, it could affect also a person's blood vessels, tongues, and circulation system. Okay, related emotions could be over excitement or restlessness. Now then, a lot of people, they have unfavorable earth element would experience issue with their spleen or maybe stomach. I do have some clients, right, that came over to our office, right, and they have a lot of unfavorable earth element. So what can actually make it worse is that, right, they also kind of like enjoy fried food. So usually if you have a lot of unfavorable element in your chart, you will like two things. You like sweet things and you like fried things. Now, adding on to your health issues, right? Very easily you can over consume on all these things that you like. Generally, people that have a lot of unfavorable earth, right? They like to eat. Okay. So that could be one issue that you know, if you do have this issue, you need to watch out. Okay. Yeah. Then other areas that it could affect is your mouth, lips, and muscles as well. And a lot of people that have unfavorable, you know, earth element also end up overthinking and worrying too much. Now then, metal element is kind of, you know, related to lungs, large intestine. So possible issues with these people generally affects their nose, skin, and body hair. Now, I just want to ask a quick show of hands. Anyone has skin issues like eczema? If you do have, can you type number one? So generally, when we see anyone who have this issue, they will suffer from what we call unfavorable metal element. Yeah, if you do have, maybe you can type number one. Yeah, so a lot of people that have this issue, right, generally have what we call unfavorable metal element. Okay, so Serene, if you do come for any of our, you know what, later on I will have this segment whereby you guys can actually send me a message to find out your potential critical year and some health issues. So 8415335 for everyone who is attending the seminar today, right? If you are interested in finding out some of your potential health issues, not all but some, then, and also your critical years, right? Feel free to send me this message, and then after that, after the Zoom, I will read. I will read for you guys. Now, metal element also connected with grief and some sadness, depression. Now, water element when affected, right, will affect a person's kidney and bladder. Uh, yeah, Celeste, wood element finish already. How do you know what are the unfavorable elements in your chart? Put your questions in the Q&A. Then later on we can place them, answer them one by one. Yeah, so 84153359. We can read for you your unfavorable elements. Now, water element when unfavorable will give you issues with kidney and bladder. I have a client who is a very fit person lah. So super fit. But the problem with him is that, right, there is a clash that is clashing his water element in his chart. Now, what actually happened to him is that, right, because of the fact that he's super fit and he likes being fit, right, he ingests a lot of creatine. Now, how many of you guys know what creatine is? Uh, any one of you guys know what is creatine? What about earth element? I just finished earth element. Jason. Yeah. Metal also just finish only. Okay. So how many of you guys know what creatine is? Anybody knows what is creatine? Yeah, so there is this very fit person for building muscles and muscle recovery. Yeah, so this guy that has a water clashing with earth element ingests a lot of creatine, right, for muscle building. Yeah, he eats a lot of creatine for muscle building, and then that ingestion of overloading creatine, right, gives him kidney issues or gave him kidney issues. Okay, so let's say if you are very aware of your chart and some of the unfavorable elements, right, you can actually prevent your health issues by thinking ahead and preventing yourself from doing certain things that might overload these areas. If you have a weak heart, you probably don't want to always get in a shock, and might be a very bad idea if you have a lot of unfavorable fire, right, and you still go for bungee jumping. Probably a very bad idea. So if you have a weak heart, and you probably shouldn't promise people on Shopee that if you break a certain sales target, you will go bungee jump, because this kind of promises might probably not work very well for you. But let's say if you have an issue with your kidney, right, then you might not want to load yourself with too much creatine, because it will give you additional burden. So why are we doing this exercise today is because that understanding our boundaries is actually one way for us to help to protect ourselves. Okay. Now, so that's the thing about a detailed 八字 reading. Once you do a detailed 八字 reading, right, you can actually understand the potential issues within your 八字 chart, because every one of us, our chart gives us a certain set of boundaries that we shouldn't cross. But definitely then this set of boundaries is expanded also into our luck cycle, because when our luck cycle is also unfavorable, it might compound on the certain issues that we already have. Now, then the next thing is that it also allows us to understand the root cause of this health issue. So say, for example, right, there is a client that I've seen. So his wife is actually suffering from some grief, and the grief is actually stemming from, although we see that there's a potential health issue, but the potential health issue resonates actually within that of the child pillar. Okay, so this client potential issue resonates in the child pillar. Now, because this unfavorable health element is in the child pillar, right, it is also important to read the relationship of this health issue with the child. So it is actually accurate for us to say that the person causing grief for this person is the child. Okay, which means that actually if this person were to let go of certain emotions connected to the child, right, perhaps then she can have better luck in that sense. Now, what is that emotion? The emotion is actually overthinking. So she's actually a weak water. So she's actually a weak water. So what is the key elements favorable for weak water? What? Anybody can tell me? Let's say if this person is a weak water, what actually are the favorable elements for weak water? Okay, any students here want to take the shot? Like show people that, yeah, you guys are smart. Okay, yeah, that's right. Kong Jia Qian is actually correct. So weak water favorable element is actually water and also metal element. Yeah, he is correct. Now, interestingly, what is the unfavorable elements, right? Will be wood, fire, and earth, right? Yeah, so what is the element that is actually giving this person overthinking? So the child pillar is actually that of the hour pillar, and the element that is giving this person overthinking is actually the wood element. And incidentally, wood element to a woman also represents the child. So there's a triple compounding effect in this case, because the wood element is located in the child pillar, and the child pillar is also unfavorable with the wood element, and also the wood element representing the child is also unfavorable as well. So all goes to show that overthinking over the child's future is giving this mother a lot of unnecessary grief, and that actually gives her issues with her. Anybody remember what wood element is connected to? Wood elements, eyes and liver. Check. Yeah, heart is fire element. Oh, okay, but good try. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your participation. Very, very kind. Okay, how? So this wood element that is giving her issues affect her liver. Okay, affect her liver. Okay, so which is why after understanding this, right, what should she do? What should she do? She should then adjust her mindset and plan for her roadmap, right? Which is what we call, looking back at her priorities and doing the right thing. What exactly is the right thing for her to do is actually to focus on her career and drop certain issues that she has about the child. Because, you worry and you don't worry, outcome maybe not too different, okay? Probably quite similar as well. And also need to be flexible to think of other solutions to solve the issues, because if you are always used to solving issues with a hammer, right, everything to you will look like a nail, which is why I always tell people that we need to be flexible. Once you lose the flexibility, there can be a lot of problems with your life. Now, to improve health, right, 八字 reading is actually a key. The reason why is because that, right, 八字 reading help us to understand not just our boundaries, but also it gives us a correct assessment of the issues that we have. And of course, the next thing that can significantly help us is actually to live in a good place. Can you imagine living in a place in as small as an very sad shoebox apartment like Hong Kong, and then after that outside your house is like, a lot of noisy traffic plus neon lights coming into your house through the windows? That's like ultimate bad feng shui. Anybody that don't believe in feng shui, right, I highly challenge you to live in that kind of place for like 2 years and then tell me how you feel. Yeah, so especially if you're not having a good luck cycle, if you live in this kind of place, it's going to compound all your issues and it's going to give you problems. Okay, so let's say if you already have done your 八字 reading, right, you need to use that certain set of parameters to kind of like structure your home for yourself. So the next part of this topic is actually on that of home feng shui. But before we actually go on to this topic, right, what is most important today is actually to tell you a little bit of concept first, because if let's say if your concepts are wrong or it is not very strong, you might misunderstand this entire second segment of today's seminar totally. Now, the first concept that we need to talk to you guys about, which I forgot to write it here, is actually called direction and location. Okay. So today's topic will be on location, not direction. Okay, anybody like, hey, cheese, what's the difference between direction and location? Anybody have a lot of these question marks in your head? Or everybody very clear? Don't need to go through such an elementary concept. I already know how they are different already. Okay, everybody keeping very quiet. Usually when people are very quiet, right, it means you don't understand. Okay, just be honest with me. How many of you guys understand what I'm talking about? Can you type number 1? If you don't understand what I'm talking about, can you type number 2, please? There is a huge difference between direction and location. Okay, the direction is the place that you are facing right now. Yes, correct. Correct. So Simon Wong is actually correct. So the direction is actually the place that you're facing right now. But the location is that if you divide your house into 8 different directions, exactly which is the area, that is good for you. Okay. When we're talking about area, we're talking about location. So today's topic will be entirely on location. Okay, location, location, location. So the first concept that we want to talk about is missing sectors. When you plot your house into this this rectangle, right? Sometimes what you will have is you will have missing sectors within the place. Okay, now let me. Yeah, so let's say this is your floor plan, right? So let's say this is your floor plan. If you have a certain area that is missing like that, okay, so this could be what we call a missing sector. Okay, this can be what we call a missing sector. Yeah, but now the issue is that, right, Sometimes it is not missing. Sometimes it is protruding. So this is what we call a protruding sectors. Okay, a missing sector and a protruding sector is somewhat different. Okay, but today we will not discuss the difference between them. You just need to know that there are these two different concepts. In the future, if let's say if you need us to do a floor plan analysis for you, we will actually help you to analyze and tell you the difference between the two, and at the same time tell you exactly your house is missing or protruding. Okay, not a serious issues. A lot of some of these houses that lately we feng shui, right? Most of the houses actually have the issue of missing. Okay, some houses have that of protruding issue. Okay, but nevertheless, they are not the same and they give different problems. Regardless, we will continue and talk about the different areas, right? To tell you what issues each area can bring you. Now, let's say if you have a issue with your south area of your home, be it protruding or be it missing, right? It is easy for it to give you issues with your heart. Okay, why are we talking about this home feng shui health issue here? Because a lot of people that you know what? I live in my parents' house. It doesn't even affect me. No, you're wrong. You live in your parents' house, it does affect you because you know you're living in that house. If your parents own like 20 homes and you don't live in those 19, right? Then yes, those 19 does not affect you. But the one that you're living in does affect you. Okay. So regardless of whether or not you own the house or you rent the house or whatever, you know, oh, I only rent a room only. Yeah, but if you rent the room and then the house got problem, right? Surely it will also affect you, unfortunately. So please take note that this applies for everybody, not just you know, okay, that property is mine. So you got to be very careful because sometimes, right, what you will have is a compounding issue. Say for example, let's say if you have a heart issue within your 八字 chart, it is easy for you to find a house that also have this problem as well. And you have a compounding problem with a house together with the 八字 chart, right? It can give you serious health problems, okay? So please take caution in this thing that I am saying. If there's a problem with the south area of your house, it will affect a person's heart and circulatory system, which is the blood. Okay, so some HDBs will have this issue of a missing south sector. Okay, what kind of houses okay, I roughly draw for you. So sometimes you will see this kind of house, right, whereby the front part are very nice one. Wow, then the door open here. But then at the back there, at the back here, right? Yeah, like that. Okay. So missing here and then facing north. So like that, it is quite clear that the south is kind of like affected with a missing sector. And there are some houses that are like that. Okay, there's some houses that are like that because there's one bedroom here and probably another bedroom here. Then in the center here, usually what some people do is that wow, they put a piano here, yeah, for their kids. Okay, and then there's sunlight coming in, and then this is the back of the block, and then this is actually the window. Yeah, then the main door is in front, and then the living room is probably here. How many of you guys seen houses like that? Yeah, if you have never, then that's fine because you know, we have seen like tons of houses because we do a lot of home feng shui. And some of the HDBs will have this issue, especially in areas like Hougang. Okay, will have this issue. Hougang. Okay, so if you stay in Hougang, you should check. Okay, check this, check. Okay, next one. Now, the other one is actually the southwest. Now, southwest is a very, very interesting place because there are a lot of condominiums in near to Sentosa area, which is the Keppel area, right? That have missing southwest. And one of the issues that it can cause is also for people's lower back problems. Okay, and southwest actually affect also the wife lah, or okay, the females of the family. Now, one of the case studies that we have, right, is actually a lady, right, that have this bone problem after shifting into this house in Keppel area, and the issue actually caused her a lot of pain. Okay, so if you guys can remember, what is the element that's connected to this is actually the wood. Okay, a lot of wood muscle issue. Okay, muscle tendon problem. Okay, so there's a lot of metal element and wood clashes from within her chart. So within the 八字 chart, we already see this issue already. So having a 八字 chart that is like that, right? Then she also go and live in this kind of house. Okay, and then after that, she has this issue, lower back issue lah. So this is actually a real case of a real client. A lot of houses in Keppel have this problem. And yeah, some of the recommendations we'll go through during the case studies later on, after we go through all the 8 different directions first. Now then, there are some people always say, oh, okay, after I live in this house, wow, I'm not sure why, wow, my children always have a lot of phlegm. Yeah, then cannot recover from cough. Yeah, how many of you guys have this heard of your friends like, wow, their son, their son go to their son buy the what is that Chinese medicine that you all always eat that reduces child coughing one. Yeah, Wilson, can you remind me again? What is the name of that medicine, right? That we always give kids to eat that can reduce coughing. Yeah, correct. Jack knows. So this is the one. 猴早散. Okay, so this thing, they buy so much of this, right, from those medicine shop until they become VVVIP already. So one of the things and we all know that it's not cheap lah. This one can be very expensive, or if you buy the good ones. Okay. Now, the issue with this coughing sometimes, right, is actually an affected west area of the house, which affect lungs and also respiratory. But because the adults usually are stronger in this area, this is exceptionally unfavorable for kids. Okay, so which is why respiratory ailments, allergies, and could also give issues related to fertility. Okay, so sometimes if your 八字 chart have this issue with a fertility problem, then if you are compounded with an issue of this kind of house, it could give you additional problems lah. Okay, recently a lot of people have this fertility issue so it's quite sad lah. And one of the cases that I've seen is during live stream, there was another live streamer that actually came in and she was telling me about this fertility issue that she has. Yeah, because we were reading her chart on live stream. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, of course, then for this kind of issues, right, if she were to tell me that, the first thing that I'll quickly ask her is to check the 八字 chart, and then after that, check the husband's 八字 chart. But the third piece of information that I'll quickly look at is probably the house floor plan and check whether there's a missing child sector or not. So then the people that have the northwest being affected, right, can have a issue with their head. Recently we have this couple that actually came to us. Then the northwest sector of their house is kind of like affected. So I was telling him, hey, do you have headaches or not? And he was telling me that yeah, he actually have this problem with having some neuro problem lah. So he has fits. So then because of this, right, I will be a little bit worried due to the compounding effect of the fits and the affected northwest. Okay. Then of course, people that already have kidney issues will need to be careful, because if their house also have a issue with the north sector, right, it could affect their kidney and urinary system as well. Okay. Then, of course, if you want your kids to study very well, most probably we should not live in a house with a missing or protruding northeast. Okay. Yeah, then places that can give you issues with your liver are actually, sector in the east. Okay. And yeah, most probably it will also give you some issues with the family dynamics. Now, Southeast represents wealth. So Singaporeans love money. So although today's topic is on health, but I probably just wrote this inside because everybody might probably want to know this piece of information. It could affect also a person's lower body and hips, basically movements related problems, okay, in the lower body parts. Now then, things to take note of, right? Number one is of course the what home feng shui is important is number one, the facing versus the general layout lah. Some people always ask me, "Wow, this somebody told me before that this facing is bad for me, that facing is good for me." Wow, you know what? It is less important than whether or not the layout fits the facing, because whatever that the person say is for you, right? Hey, okay, take a step back. The world is not just about you. Sometimes the house and the facing needs to have a certain harmony. So this is the thing that I'm talking about. The most important thing is the harmony between the facing of the house and the layout of the house. Let's say if you're building your house, you're very rich, you live in a landed and you want to build your own house, right? Not a problem, because then if you build your own house, we can actually select how you want to build. Yep. Yeah. Okay, we can actually select how we want to build the house. Sorry, what was missing south? Move away for a bit, no problem, Raj, but we cannot move back for you. Yeah, but south generally affects some areas of your body, which you can watch the replay later. Okay, so other things that we need to take note of. Second one is actually the surrounding. Sometimes when you have certain negative energy that are huge and also negative, right, facing us, for example, a crashing star or a certain pole that is causing us piercing star, right, it could give us problems in that related area as well. Like negative energy pointing towards the northeast can cause issues with your learning ability and your ability to remember things. Then piercing sha pointing towards the southeast can cause issues with your liver. This is also another way that we can use to predict health issues from home feng shui, even without reading the 八字 chart. Then the qi consistency of the place is also one thing that we can use. Let's say if there are certain areas within the house that are not consistent in terms of the qi, it could cause you a lot of health issues as well. This is why it's very important for us to go into the place with a luo pan. We always need to, do our physical examination. If we can solve a lot of things on the floor plan, right, we would. Okay, but sometimes we need to also be there on site to use the compass. Now then, of course, what a lot of people like to talk about is the flying stars. Later on for 2024, we will talk about that in the 2024 seminar as well, the 2024 flying stars chart. Okay, then of course, other than that of the flying stars chart, right? The flying stars chart actually, divided into two types. One is the original chart. The other one is the yearly chart. And then of course, we also need to look at the period 9 luck cycle. And lastly, then we need to look at whether or not it fits your 八字 chart. So how many criteria are there? Yeah, technically speaking, 6 criteria. Okay, 6. Yeah, so this is for people who thinks that home feng shui is a simple job. There are actually 6 things for us to take care of. And all these are just assessment, haven't do the actual recommendation and cracking our head on how to solve issues yet, real life issues. So now let's look at this case study about Capuana. So there's possible health issues for the wife due to the southwest missing. I already told you guys that this southwest missing give her issues with her bones, and that kind of like matches with her 八字 chart luck cycle, because once she move into the house, right, it's a start of a luck cycle that's negative as well. Now, so as we are doing the yearly audit for her, the first thing that we actually do is to improve the entire qi flow of the house. Because if you have a missing sector in the southwest, how many of you guys know that it's impossible for us to grow the missing sector? Okay, our job is called feng shui consultant, not magic. And second thing is that we are also not construction worker. And thirdly, we are also not developer. So if you have a missing sector, technically speaking, I cannot grow the sector for you, right? if I can grow the sector for you, you know what or not? Some of my clients will ask me to grow their HDB into bungalow already. Okay, so technically speaking, if it's missing, it will just be permanently missing. But what can we do then? We can actually improve on other areas of the house in order for us to improve on the overall score of the feng shui of the house, right? That is the most logical thing for us to do, which is why the top priority is to increase the qi flow, right? By actually uncluttering one of the portions of a house, which is the lift area. Okay, why is it important for her to clear up the lift area? Because this very rich person, right, actually has a private lift at the apartment. So because there's a private lift at the apartment, what some people like to do is that, wow, I got so many people living in my house, I got no place to put. So what happened at the entrance there, at the private lift, that becomes my storeroom. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? This is actually something that's very, very bad, okay? So if you do live in this kind of house and you're very rich and you have a private lift, the last thing that you need to do, right, is that, you want to clutter the lift area and destroy your qi entering your house. Okay, so this is something that is very, 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 frequently seen because no place to put. So they just put everything there, but it is definitely wrong. Okay, definitely wrong. Or also sometimes you also have females in the house that are a bit like caterpillars. How come female like caterpillars? Because they have shoes. I don't know how many pairs of shoes they have. Like so many. Until even if they are caterpillars, they also have enough to wear. So so many shoes, right, that they clutter the entire house. Yeah, the entire house, the live area with all their things. Okay, so this is the other this is another thing that I often see as well. But regardless, we got her to improve her qi flow by decluttering this live area. And of course, then the important thing is for us to do the wealth activation for her. Now, what is called wealth activation? Yeah, so a lot of people say that, a lot of people say, wow, wealth activation, what is it? Yeah, so we did feng shui for summer as well, right? And summer, you don't laugh at it. So let's say I already done the feng shui audit for you, right? Can you tell us, right, in your case, yeah, in your case, right, what exactly is wealth activation? Do you still remember what wealth activation is? Or did I share so much info that you cannot remember what I said? Okay, so Summer said fish tank. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Let me tell you what wealth activation is. Wealth activation is not, after I activate already, when you buy 4D, then you will get the number. Okay, it doesn't work that way. But the element of the house, let's say the element of the house is earth element, right? What wealth activation means is to find out the element that generates the earth element. Now, what is the element that generates the earth element? Anybody wants to take a shot? Okay, due to time constraint, I'll just tell you the answer. The answer is actually fire element. So fire element generates earth. So because of the fact that fire element generates earth, right, we need to activate what we call the fire sector of the house. Okay, it's just like that. So we done this for her, and then after that, her life significantly improved. So which is why she's engaging us for a second year for her for her yearly audit again this year. Okay, so this is the first case study that we share. Yeah, so a lot of people say, wow, I want to see feng shui for better wealth I want to see feng shui for better wealth but you have no idea that a lot of people are actually engaging us for these daily health issues. Okay. Now the second one is actually the one of the apartments in Bedok, right, that has a missing child sector. And one of the problems that it causes is that, right, then the occupants are finding it very, very difficult to have a child. So it also kind of like matches with their parcel chart. They cannot have a child also. So how do we actually solve the issue for them, right? Other than doing the home feng shui, right, which is we actually did the home feng shui with them, we improved the qi, but something else we did different from the previous case study is we also activated the relationship sector as well. That kind of like improves the interaction between the spouse. And of course, then the next thing that we will need to do is to read their parcel chart and use the date selection method. So this date selection method, right, is to accurately pinpoint certain days, right, that are favorable for additional interaction. Okay, yeah. So it can, right? Can I speak in such uh, um uncoded language? Yeah, can I can speak like that, right? And you all still understand what I'm saying. Is that okay? Okay, then on the third case study is actually pretty stressful. Okay, so we have a certain client having some issues with her luck. She came to the office one day, not to do her reading, but actually to buy bracelets. But because she's a super regular lah, so what we did was that open up the parcel chart a little bit, and then just nice, I was having my lunch, and then they are quite nice, so I allowed them to disturb my lunch. Okay, so I only allow them to disturb my lunch. So next time you see me having my lunch, you shouldn't disturb me. Okay, so then saying her chart has actually a unfavorable earth element combination. Now, if you remember, just now we shared about the unfavorable earth element combination, it affects a person's stomach, right? So then I told her that, hey, it seems that there's a lot of unfavorable earth in your chart. Yeah, then this seems to give you issues with your stomach. Yeah, do you want to start taking care of it? Then we all know that Earth also generates metal, right? So then there's two metal years that just passed, 2020 and 2021. So these 2 years actually causes her skin issues to flare up as well. Yeah, and one of the things that she does is that, right, she also does a lot of running and marathon. And all this running and marathon, right, kind of like also give her additional issues with her skin as well. The reason why is because that these skin issues, right, like eczema, sometimes flare up when you come in contact with sunlight. Okay, so all the different issues with a lifestyle combinations, cause her to have unfavorable earth and metal, which give her the skin issue. Which first thing that we do is ask her to reduce the sugar in her diet and also reduce the fried food. And the second thing is, of course, she's a little bit negative lah. Then she worry, because excessive earth means worrying, ma, right? Yeah, so she will think a lot. Okay, and of course, she also attended our course to understand a little bit more, and then we told her to consider the home feng shui. I did the slides a little bit back, a while back. So then, she recently also purchased the home feng shui from our website as well for more holistic change. So when I'm there, I will try to look at her house and try to address some of the issues that are related to the earth element sector, especially if they are also affected. Okay, so coming to that, that will be the last case study. Now, I'm pretty sure that you're also excited to find out, hey, you know what are some of the issues that I have? You talk about other people, but what about me? Because Singaporeans is like, wow, hey, you know what? It's always about you, me, and myself. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. Everybody wants to know something about yourself. That's totally fine. Why not we take this time to do this live reading demo for the people that are in here? So as much as possible, I'll try and do 4 people. Okay, 4 people. Okay, shall we like start right now? You guys can pump up your gender, your birth date, and then I'll read about your health issues. Okay, then if you have not offended Bibo right at the very beginning, right, then perhaps Bibo might select you for the live demo. Yeah, okay lah, but usually she's quite big-hearted lah, but sometimes she can be a little bit petty, then maybe she won't select you. I also cannot help you lah if you have offended her. No, but it's quite hard lah. Usually Hoseki clients are very nice and they don't offend people. Okay, so now shall we read for? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Wow, flooding. My screen is flooding. Help. Okay, let's see. Let's see. You know what? I should just immediately plot the 八字 chart for this. Okay lah, never mind lah. Plot numerology also. Then Okay, let's see. Wow, it's flooding so much, I cannot find Bibo's name. Oh, okay, here, saw already. Bibo, can you select somebody else? Because for sorry, Ting Ting, I just directly say okay. Cause I did a 八字 reading for I did a 八字 reading for Ting Ting already. So which is why I think it is not necessary for us to do for her. Plus, I already told her health issues during the reading. 7. Okay. Okay, then let me just read for two people first. So the first person I'm going to read for is Jack. The second person I'm going to read for is Lim Chun Mei. Okay, so the first person, Jack, right? Are you here? Okay, Jack, you're here, right? Okay, good. Thank you very much. So let's see, 10. Okay, Jack is what we call a strong water in her chart, but currently she also has a lot of water element in her chart as well. And due to the fact that, right, there is wood clashing metal, right, and also an overwhelming amount of water in her chart, right, it is very safe to say that, right, Jack, number one, it is very, very easy for you to have issues, right, with ungrateful people after the age of 40. It could give you some grief and some sadness and unhappiness. The second thing that it can give you, right, this is what we call the robbery star. Now, the second thing that's important for you to take note of is that, right, due to the fact that there's a lot of wood element that's clashing against the metal element, which represents your health element or your resource, that could also give you potential health issues. And the health issues, right, is also correlated with the overwhelming amount of water element. So it is very easy for you to have women kind of issues with the urinary tract area. Or okay, so you need to check these areas for your chart. Okay, this Jack, do you hear me? So if it resonates with you, can you let us know how you feel about the reading? Then if not, then yeah, okay, no problem, Jack. So it's important for you to take note of these areas. So this one quite direct that we can see from within her 八字 chart. And if we were to look very carefully in her numerology chart, right, she's born on the 10th of November. So on the 10th of November, what does it say? It actually shows a lot of water element in within this person's chart. So there's an overwhelming lot of water element in her chart. And water element, when there's too much, right, it could also give rise to bone-related issues when we interpret from the numerology chart. So two problems. One is the urinary area. Second problem, possibly also bone-related issues. Okay, so this is one thing that we can immediately see from Jack's 八字 and numerology chart. Okay, any further questions, Jack? Feel free to message me at 84153359. If I cannot read for everybody here, right, you guys can still message me on 84153359. Okay? 84153359. Jack, it is not just for this year, it is like whole life. Okay, whole life. Okay, kind of. Okay lah. Kind of like whole life, because your luck cycle also uh have other health related issues. Okay lah, I just read for you lah, so you don't need to message me. 60 years old, there's another clash that is not so favorable, and that will be kind of like your critical health period. If you're interested to understand more about these health issues in detail, exactly what it is, feel free to sign up for our detailed reading service. We will help you in deciphering this and also letting you know the exact year, why it is the case, explain, and after that, recommendations on how we can improve on this. Okay, then the second one is actually Lim Chun Mei. Are you here, Lim Chun Mei? Okay, okay, thank you very much, Lim. So you know what this is like? This is like the asking people come to stage to do lucky draw. Are you here today? I'm going to draw your name. Wow, this is a very, very good 八字 chart. Oh my goodness. What have you been doing? Lim Chun Mei. Wow, this is like ultimate leh. Wow, I wonder what you're doing. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Let's focus on the main point. Today's issue is on health. So let's focus on that topic. I can't help but to look at it in shock. I always like, wow, the potential that this person can achieve. What is she doing with her life? Okay, a very interesting thing about her 八字 chart is a lot of intelligence. Wow, this is a very, very, very intelligent 八字 chart. My goodness. Yeah, all the world problems should be thrown to you for you to solve. Okay. Okay. Long story short, possible issues over the next 2 years, quite a lot of work for you to do, and very, very, very busy lifestyle. Easy to have liver issues over the next 2 years. And also after the age of 51, right, quite easy to have women related problems as well. Okay, so Lim, you have a very good 八字 chart, but there's a serious health clash after 51. And this health clash, if you take up the detailed 八字 reading, we will tell you exactly which year is the most serious, because then there is a triple clash within that year that has the most serious health stars, and how we can actually prevent them early on. Because right now the timeline is still 10 over years. There's a lot of time for us to prepare beforehand. But definitely we see a health clash after the age of 51. Okay, so this is something that you can take note of. Okay, so if it resonates with you, Chun Mei, please let us know how you feel about the reading. If not, then Bibo has given me another two names. The first, right, let's see. Okay, the next one is Komi, right? Is Komi here? 25 July 1972. Okay, Chun Mei, no problem. Thank you very much. So, okay, let's see. Komi, overwhelming wood. Looks good, looks good. Okay, Komi doesn't have any very, very serious issue yet. Okay, doesn't have a lot of serious issue yet. But it seems that after the age of it seems that after the age of 56, right, there seems to be a health clash. So this health clash could affect your stomach. Okay, so this one is for Komi. Okay, then the next thing is that, right, other than this stomach clash, right, there is also a critical year, right, within this age of 56 to 66. So the critical year is actually what we call a triple clash. So this triple clash is that of the dog, the ox, and the goat. Then if you come for the detailed reading, we will tell you what this clash will do and what kind of grief and worrying it could bring you, and the issues that also related to health during that year. Okay, so that is kind of like the most critical year during that period of time. So if we protect that period of time carefully, there's a very high chance that we can avoid a lot of potential problems before it arrives. Okay, yeah. So sometimes we need to dig deep into the chart. Like for example, the person that is actually having sounds crazy. Okay, I'm not sure what that is supposed to mean, but you do have a quite a okay chart for now. It's just after 56, there are some possible issues. Okay, so sometimes we need to dig deep to see why there is this issue of the clash. Yeah, so sometimes it is related to career. Okay, sometimes it is related to children. Sometimes it can be related to spouse. Okay, no problem, Komi. Yeah, no need to be scared. There's a lot of time for us to prepare beforehand. Yeah, how many years is that? Anything, yeah, we have more than 5 years, so there's no need to worry. Okay, let's go. The next one. Michael. Michael Quack. No problem, Komi. Is Michael Quack here? If not, then I'll read for someone else. Okay, good. So Michael Quack, right, seems to have a lot of stress within his chart. So there's a lot of stress within your chart, Michael. So you are actually a wood element, but your wood element, right, is clashed by a lot of other elements such as metal. Okay, sorry, there's a little bit of a issue with the computer, a little bit of hang. Okay, is my screen okay? Everything still working fine? Uh, yeah, test a little bit. Everybody still okay? Yeah, okay, right? Okay, good. So Michael here has what we call a metal clashing wood combination within his chart. And with this metal clashing wood combination, right, it is easy for him to have headaches and possible to have a lot of mental stress as well. Luckily, right now he's in a luck cycle of fire, so the fire can help to control the metal element in that sense. Okay, so this is something that we see in Michael's chart. But definitely then, in one of the years, right, it could also give him certain issues because in the next luck cycle, right, there is something also what we call the goat and ox clash. Yeah, so this goat and ox clash can give him possible issues with his investments, and the second issue is also or possible issues with finances, and also it causes some form of worrying, which indirectly also affects his stomach as well. Now, let's say if you're interested in finding out more via a detailed reading, right, what we will actually do for you is to also find out the year that is the most critical after the age of 52. So that will be for Michael. So Michael, you need to take note of headaches right now, and after the age of 52, there seems to be also issues with the stomach. So these are things for you to take note of. So these are the should I do one more? Should I do one more or not? If I should do one more, then can you guys want to vote, or should I move on? Do I have time for one more? Yeah. Okay, can I see the chart of Dory Pan? Diori Pan, are you here? Okay, Diori Pan, actually you have a chart, right, that is quite clash. There seems to be there seems to be there is a lot of you have a lot of flavors in your life, and you go through a lot of things, and you have a very I would say colorful life. But regardless, there are also clashes from within your chart. There are good elements, definitely. Wealth elements I'm seeing, intelligence, very strong intelligence within the chart. So you're definitely a smart person, but there seems to be a lot of grief from meeting ungrateful people. So you're very kind to others, but also another issue is that it causes you a lot of unhappiness as well. as to the kind of people you meet. So especially after the age of 50, right, this can actually cause you some issues with your stomach as well. Okay, so this is one thing that we are seeing lah. In the next luck cycle, right, after 60, right, there are potential issues with your chart. If you're interested to know more, come for our detailed reading. We can explain to you more on the upcoming luck cycle, the kind of issues it brings, and the additional clashes that might entail. And we have a lot of time to prepare beforehand, so it's important for you to take this seriously so that we can have we can go way ahead in terms of our preparation work. Now, it is not the end of the world if we see that there are issues, because it is still important for us to take active steps to improve. Now, some people say, you know what, it's already like that lah, nothing much that we can do lah, don't care. Yeah, so would you say that to your child? If let's say your child has an issue with mathematics, you say, never mind lah, it's okay, just fail all the way. So definitely not. So what we can actually do is actually to use still earth luck and human luck for us to help. Okay, this is very important. So whatever that we have in the chart is 33.33%, but we can actually use our own hard work, our own decision making to improve that of our human luck. And definitely, if you do have, no problem, Dory, yeah, happy to help. So no, if you do also use a good feng shui house to improve, right, then you can activate what we call earth luck as well. So this is partly also pretty important for us to use the other areas in our life to improve the overall health luck we have. One of the things that usually people do is to use the 八字 reading. Yeah, why is it important to do the 八字 reading? Is for us to have a very good idea of what are some of the potential problems that we might have. Yeah, so you read about all these already. So what are the issues that we might have? Of course, the only way for us to find out is to read the 八字 chart. And what will actually entail during our detailed 八字 session is that we will not just read the face, but we will also read the numerology and we will also read the 八字, of course. And within this, if you are game enough to bring your floor plan, we can also take a look at your floor plan and see what are some of the potential issues in your floor plan as well. And in all this chain of readings, right, the price that actually you need to pay, it comes with a bracelet, of course. So it also comes with a bracelet because a lot of times when you go someplace to do reading, sometimes you also additionally need to pay for a bracelet too, which is why this bundle is very value for money, because the bundle price is 678. Bracelet and reading. But today, the price is only 538 before the use of this promo code. So I believe the price after the promo code, right, is only 430 plus. Okay, so what is the promo code today? Seminar 20. Yeah, so the promo code today is called Seminar 20. So we can actually use this code, right, to purchase the bundle. If you have never done a 八字 reading for yourself, if you have never done a 八字 reading before, right, this is the chance for you to use this to find out the potential health issues. And sometimes it is one of the gifts that you can also give to your loved ones, because it is important for them to find out about theirs as well, so that we can prepare way beforehand. Like I always tell people, right, sometimes you can think of reading like buying insurance. How much do Singaporeans spend on insurance every year? Probably like more than $10,000, $20,000. Some people also have, more than that also have. But using a reading, you can kind of like accurately predict some of the issues that we might face, later part of our lives. And this small fee that you pay into knowing your health issues in advance is actually not a lot of money if you compare to some of the potential issues that some people might face. Like for example, any form of sickness or issues within let's say if you go to a hospital and you're admitted into like the critical care, the bills can even run up to like hundreds and thousands of dollars. Yeah, not saying that if you see your 八字, you won't go into critical care lah, but at least what we can do is that we can try and reduce the impact of this possible health issues. Okay, so this is what we do for detailed reading, a very, very good assessment and knowing of our potential health issues, and using that of our house and changing our lifestyle to help us to improve and allowing us to also understand some of the basic boundaries that we need to obey due to the fact of our 八字 chart being structured that way. Now, the next one is actually our home feng shui. So some people always tell me that, you know what, I have this in my house that helps in home feng shui. I have this huge amethyst tower that's like, wow, as tall as the KL tower. I don't know how tall, but very, very huge amethyst tower that protects me. Okay, so whichever feng shui item that you have is not as important as your house itself, because the best feng shui item that you can ever buy for yourself is actually that of a good house. Okay, so using your house as a tool to improve your feng shui, right? We can actually structure some of the layout and some of the things from within the house in order for us to improve our health. And if let's say, if you have never done a home feng shui audit before, right? Okay, this is probably a good chance for you to take up our bundle, because today we have this promo for Seminar 20, which is additional 20% off. So let's say, you take on this bundle today, which is already very cheap. 1388, right? What you'll actually be getting is 1388 and additional 20%, which works out to nearly about 110 lah. Yeah, around 1100. So now the thing is that, right, what does it consist of? It actually consists of, number one, a home visit. So home visit, like I mentioned, is very important. You need someone to go down there. Of course, I'll go down myself. The second one is actually 2x 八字 reading. Yeah. Yeah, and the third one is actually feng shui tree. Yeah, so combine all this, actually the retail price is 3,000 plus already. So which is why today we have a bundle price. Okay, and a lot of people actually, they have already signed up our bundle for home feng shui. Yeah, so this is the reason why, I really want you guys, if you have never done it before, you should. Now, then, of course, some people will also ask like, hey, but I'm house hunting, then how? Okay, great. You can actually take up this bundle also. We can help you to vet the 4 plans before you actually decide on which house you want to buy. And the third kind of people, right, is actually also people that are signing are actually doing their yearly audit. So let's say if you are, you know what, I do my home feng shui every once in a while, but I haven't done a yearly audit in a while. This is actually the best year for you to do the yearly audit, because next year you have what we call the period 9 luck cycle. Okay, so if you have not adjusted your house to period 9, right, sometimes period 9 might bring you what we call the number 2 star. So what does number 2 star represent? If you guys remember from our previous seminars, number 2 star actually represent the sickness star. If it happens to be in a bad place, such as your child's bedroom or your own bedroom or your main door, then what can we do to actually reduce the effect of this sickness star? So this is why it's important for us. If you've never done it, before period 9, you should probably do it so that your house is prepared for period 9. Okay, so for those of you guys who wants to prepare for period 9, for those of you guys who have never done a home feng shui audit before, for those of you guys who are looking for a yearly audit, or for those of you guys who are doing house hunting, or for those of you guys who have already bought and are looking at how to reno to maximize the feng shui of your home, do consider to take up this package, because it is very worth it. On top of whatever I just mentioned, 2 text 八字 plus home visit plus also a feng shui tree, there will be no other upselling within the visit already. Then the next thing that actually we will also throw in is the date selection. Which date selection, there will be 3 different kinds that we will do for you. One is the reno date, second one is the move-in date, the third one is the stove installation date. Okay, all in all, just for 138 before less, you can use the Seminar 20 promo for an additional 20% discount. Now, health feng shui, what does it have to do with name change? Okay, so one of the basic fundamentals of name change is actually the coherence to somebody's zodiac. So let's say if there are clashes within your name and your zodiac, right, it could cause potential lifetime health issues. Sometimes it gives a person body aches. Sometimes it makes a person angry all the time, giving tendon problems. Sometimes it will make a person worry, and then after that causes stomach issues. Yeah, so there could be names that will give you adverse emotions that will reinforce this energy. When it's reinforced, right, then it gives you additional health issues. If you suspect that you have this issue, right, we can actually do a assessment of your name. How can you actually confirm, hey, you know what, I suspect my name is giving me problem? No problem. Send it over to our WhatsApp 84153359. We can actually take a look at your Chinese name to see whether it does give you negative energy or not. And if it does, it is probably a very good idea for you to change your name. Why? Because our name change service actually gives 3 name options. Okay, on top of that, there's also a PDF that we will also give you that gives you that is like 49, there's like 49 days of change. Yeah, so this PDF, right, will be cut. You can follow the PDF, right, to actually exact the steps for name change. So we'll guide you step by step. There's no need for you to change in your IC. There's no need for you to change everywhere. It's just the name that people call you by. So ensure that people call you by your new name, then your new name will start to take effect. Yeah, so if you do suspect that your name is giving you issues, send a WhatsApp to me. I can check for you. Then later on, you can decide whether you want to take up the name change package or not. But do take note that the Seminar 20 expires today. Okay, so do let us know if you are interested. Now, then a lot of people say that, hey, you know what? I love all this and I want to learn more about how I can read for the rest of my family. Why? Because doing 八字 reading, right? Sometimes, it causes 328 per pax. So let's say if you read it every year for 10 years, it's going to cost you 3,000 plus. And then let's say if you read for like your entire family. So let's say if there's 3 people in your family, got 1 son and your 1 wife, 3 people. So 3 times 3,000 plus is like about 10K over the course of 10 years. But if you want to save this money and you want to read it on your own, right? Is it possible? Yes. So you can actually attend our courses, right? For a very small fraction of this $10,000. Yeah. So these courses, right, are actually starting on 21 October and also 28 October as well. And these 2 days lah, and the timing will be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So what can you do is actually to come for our basic numerology and also basic 八字 course. 21 October will be the basic numerology, 28 October will be the basic 八字 course, and it is super fun and super useful because a lot of people that have attended, right, how do we see whether or not a course is fun or not? Very simple. During the course itself, they already start calculating for everybody already. And they're not just calculating for themselves, they're also calculating for their family. And interestingly, you know what? I see most people actually calculating for their boss and also for their colleagues. And then you realize that, wow, this colleague is like that. No wonder he always talks like that to me. Wow, this colleague is like that. No wonder he talks like this to me. Yeah, wow, this person always get bullied. Yeah, which is why his chart is like that. Okay, so during the course, it will allow you to already be able to use it in real life already, okay, which is why they are actively just plotting. Yeah, that's why we call this actually a workshop, okay. And through learning during this workshop, you can actually find out more about yourself and also some of the hidden talents that you have and some of the possible health issues that you could face in your life. And a lot of people who are very interested in this are actually sales agents, especially insurance agent. A lot of insurance agents will attend our courses because they actually have their clients' details. They have their clients' birthdays, so they can actually plot for their clients as well. If you're selling insurance to your client, would it be also nice to know some of the potential health issues so you can serve them better? Now, second thing is that, right, agents who are looking to improve their sales, also possible to use this to understand your clients better. And some people who are in HR will be also very interested in these topics. People who are especially doing like law, also possible. Then people interested in coaching others will also be very interested in these topics as well. Now, the price of the numerology course only, so the numerology course only is like 21 October, sorry. 21 October is numerology only. Okay, so the cost is actually 388. So what's so interesting about today's offer is that, right, let's say if you sign up 388 today, wow, it seems like a lot of money, but no. What we're going to do is that, right, we're going to give you the 388 back. Okay, so after you, okay, let's say if you want to sign up today, right, you actually only need to pay, let's see, okay, 388 times 0.8 code. So you use the Seminar 20 lah. So the first thing that you do is that you use the Seminar 20 code, and then you actually only need to pay 310.4. Now, on top of this 310.4 that you paid, right, what we're going to do is that we're going to give you back 310.4 worth of credits. What can you use these credits for? You can use these credits to buy items or courses. So you can actually sign up your friend for the course, right? And share the fee with your friend. Okay, so this is one way that you can use your credits. You can encourage your friend to come, and then you can share half the amount with your friend. Yeah, but of course, then you can also, if let's say you don't want to share with anybody, you can also use that credits, right, to also buy other items from our website. There are only two things that you cannot buy. First one is solid gold. The second one is services like reading, 八字 reading, or any form of home feng shui or 八字 reading services you cannot buy. Other things, everything all can. Okay, so this is something for you to take note of because this credit back, right? Because of this credit back, a lot of people actually sign up for our courses because the credit back is very worth it. Okay, you should probably take advantage of this. Now, let's say, hey, you know what? I don't want to just attend the numerology. I want to attend the whole thing. No problem. Sign up for our bundle. So the usual cost for 八字 only is 788, and the usual cost for numerology is 388. Yeah, but today, right, if you sign up for the whole bundle, it's only 588. So 588 is actually before you use the 20% discount. So let me do a very quick calculation for you. If you use the 20% discount, the whole entire thing will actually cost you only 470.40. And on top of that, right, if you sign up for the bundle, right, you will actually get your credits back as well for 470.40. Okay, so it's a very good deal if you sign up today. Yeah, okay. So saw someone raising your hand. Is there something you want to ask? You can type and then we will answer you. Okay. Yeah. So like I mentioned, the cost is actually 588. So this entire bundle, remember, is 21 and 28 October. Yeah, then the time of the course is actually 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. And if you come for the course, you also see Bibo, because Bibo will also be there. She will say hello to you and probably help you to will you help Rowan to give out will you help Rowan to give out the files, or would you want Rowan to work and then you will sit one corner and shake leg? Okay lah, she will probably help Rowan to give out the files. Oh yeah. Oh wow, she will sit in front with me. Wow, teaching assistant. Wow, power. Okay, so we you guys can see how maybe make people do some exercise on the whiteboard. Okay, so after you have signed up already, we'll invite you into our Telegram group chat, and then we will share a lot of information with you before the course so that you are well prepared. Okay, so that you're very, very well prepared. It's very, very important for you to join our Telegram, so that we have a separate Telegram, right, for the courses, and students only will be can access to these materials that we give them. You can read the materials before coming to class. It will help you a lot. Then before class, I also ask you, honestly, just tell me, do you read the materials or not? If you haven't, right, it's okay. Then we will try and help you more during the class. I just need to know the pace that I should teach. Okay, if you have read the materials, I can teach faster. If you have not read the materials, right, then I'll go slow. Yeah, then okay. So that's all. Yep. So before Q&A, I just want to say that, right, prevention is better than cure. So it's better for you to know your health issues early. Okay. One of the ways that we can use feng shui to find out our health issues is to use the 八字 chart. The other way is, of course, we can see the place that we live in, whether or not there are negative forms or stars. Now, then, if we improve our focus and health through yearly feng shui audits, right, we can technically improve one certain aspect of our luck. Okay, so therefore, do your home feng shui audit, because it's very important for you to do that to protect your children, parents, and also your loved ones. Okay, okay. So let's move on to the Q&A. Okay, so John mentioned do big nose means bad health? The answer is no. Okay, so it really depends on the shape of your nose, not exactly the size. Okay, it's the shape and the structure. Okay, so John then also asked, I am a fire rat. Does this mean that in 2024 I will have clash and bad luck? John, the way to read the 八字 chart is actually to see the day and the entire 八字 chart as a whole, the entire composition. What you're saying in terms of a fire rat is actually that of the year pillar. Okay, it has very little significance. If it means anything to you, the accuracy of just using the fire rat, right, is probably less than 10%. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Then of course I also given you my number, 84153359. Why not you just message me and then I'll see some issues. Okay. Now, yeah, I like this name because this person's name is Julius. Okay, so if main door is at southwest, does it mean it is not so favorable? Julius, it doesn't mean that way. Like I mentioned, the 6 criteria of a house assessment, you're giving me just not even one criteria. It's very hard for me to tell. Okay, yeah, there are 6 criteria, right? And this is not even half a criteria. So the main door at southwest, it doesn't mean anything. We most probably will need to see the entire layout versus the facing, and then we need to see the qi composition as well. Then we need to see the occupants 八字, and then we need to see the flying stars, and we need to see the period 9 luck. Yeah, so this is not so important. Diori, I believe that I've done a reading for you already. Does 八字 need every year reading also house feng shui? Celeste, this one, it really depends on your own needs, but the answer is yes. Okay, so let's say if you do home feng shui every year, right, the yearly audits can be very helpful for you. But definitely, if you don't want to pay, it is up to you. It is your personal choice. But if you ask me, the answer is yes. 八字 reading yearly is important because it allows you to reframe your mind for the coming year. And generally, a lot of clients, they cannot remember so many things. So even if you come for a full life reading, right, they cannot remember a lot of things for next year as well. So that could be a problem with not doing a yearly review. You tend to forget. Yeah. So every time after the reading, I have a feeling that my clients only remember like half the things I tell them. Even if they record, they might not have time to listen back, because it's very long. Yeah. Then so usually, every year during the reading, what we will do is that we'll break it down into every single month. We'll mark down which months are good for you, which months are bad for you. So which is why the yearly reading is very different from the whole life reading. If you've never done a yearly reading with us, right, you should try because we'll break it down by the month. Okay, there was an Australian client here called May. She left already because she needs to work very early in the morning. Australia time zone a bit different. So she actually signed up for the yearly reading, which will take place for her this weekend. Okay, so does yearly reading need to, just answer this question. So what if I'm water element, Simon? Yes, I do have told you already. You yourself as a water element, very hard to know. We need to see the entire composition of the passage chart. If I ever read for you, please send me a message for 84153359. Most probably then I will give you 1 or 2 tips. Okay. Okay, then Go Gam Singh. Yes, I can also read for you. So please send it to my phone 84153359. Yeah, any more questions about the courses and also the packages? Should 八字 reading using Chinese birth date? Please call me, please give me the English birth date. And it actually doesn't make a lot of difference because it just creates a certain set of bearings that I need to do. Like for example, if you give me the right information, if you never tell me anything, then obviously it's very hard for me to make deductions. But if you give me the right piece of information, right, regardless whether it's Western or Chinese, right, it can still be read accurately for you. I hope that answers your question. Okay, Mabel asks, is 八字 plus face reading in a day is basic 八字, right? Teach us how to read 八字 chart. Do you teach how to read 八字 chart? The answer is yes. The 八字 course teach you how to read 八字 chart. That is confirmed. Because if you come for the 八字 course and I don't teach you how to read 八字 chart, what you will do is that you will go Google review and give me a bad review. So I'll be very stressed also, which I think that is very not fair for me to do that. Yeah, but in any case, if you come for the 八字 course, definitely I'll teach you how to read the 八字 chart. Yeah, but why is it basic? Is because that I teach you the favorable elements and the composition and how to read the 10 gods. But in terms of the combinations and 八字, we'll leave it for the intermediate course. So the basic 八字, I assure you, you will already be capable of reading for a lot of people already. Okay, the only thing that you cannot read will be combinations, 八字 and clashes, and also the some of the techniques that I develop on my own that I only teach to people that come from my advance. How to read annual chart, not just personal. Okay, so the annual chart, right, is actually the 八字 of the year. So you plot the 八字 of the year, you realize the 八字 of the 八字 chart of the year. And then when you realize the 八字 chart of the year, you interpret it like a person. Okay, that's the way. Yeah. Mabel asked, will you be teaching feng shui? Okay, feng shui is next year. I'll develop the course and then I'll do it next year. Okay, so actually you want to learn 奇门. Okay, I can tell you that get your foundations right first. You know, by understanding the 八字, then through the understanding of the 八字, right, later on then you will learn 奇门, right? It will be a lot simpler because if you straight away jump into that, it's like you jump to year 4 uni without studying year 1. It's not entirely impossible to learn, but it is not easy lah. Yeah. My house door directly face south. Does it help in 2024? That depends on your budget chart. Like I mentioned, there are 6 criteria, right? Yeah, so you are not giving me even 1 criteria because I need to match your facing to the layout ma. And then after I match your facing to the layout, then I need to see your qi consistency, and then I need to see your surroundings, right? And then I need to see your flying stars, right? And then I still need to see your period 9 chart, right? And then after that, after all these 5 criteria finish, number 6, I still need to check back against your budget chart, right? So remember I told you about the 6 steps. Yeah, so this is not even 1 step. Yeah, so what can actually do is that, right, if you sign up for our feng shui service, what we will do is that we will go through all the 6 steps of audit, because whatever information you are giving me is too little for me to make any form of recommendation. Just the house facing alone, I cannot do anything for you. Okay. Jin asks, is it related to 紫微? Okay, 紫微 is another technique used to read for relationships. Yeah, but a lot of things actually you can use the 八字 chart to interpret, especially if you plot 2 persons 八字 chart, which can be faster than reading 1 紫微 chart. Yeah, but one of the issues is that, right, let's say if you're reading for twins, then definitely you need to erect the 紫微 chart for additional information, or especially triplets, also quite difficult, complex. Okay, so I believe that I've handled all the Q&A. So now I'll hand the time over to Bibo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I can see people already bought the detailed budget reading. And for those of you, right, who just got the detailed budget reading, please remember tomorrow, Roanne will message you privately and also slot in the date, because some of you already bought, right? Then no confirmation, nothing, then they will feel like, oh my god, already bought, but then I didn't receive anything. Yes, it's already 9:45. People are sleeping already. Our team member already go to bed. Tomorrow, if they have to work at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock they start work, 9:05 we already will come. We already will, you know, go through all the detailed reading, and then we will send you a message to slot you in. Those people also who bought today, right, bought today, what we can give you additional is we can give you the earliest slot. Okay, just to let you know, Chase schedule is actually pretty much booked up to December, because the last 3 months, right, the last 3 months, every year, the last 3 months will be packed with detailed budget reading, because people really want to know that their annual reading for next year. That's why it's always it's already been packed up to December. So people who bought it today, I didn't check who actually bought it already, but I can see people bought it. But I just letting you guys know that people who bought it, tomorrow we will get you the earliest slot. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you know, next month you bought, you will have to wait until December. Okay, that's the earliest slot is December. I don't know, because tomorrow we are still having this 10/10 promo. People already, every single day we will see at least people buying the detailed reading and also the bundle. If you don't want the bundle set, right, you can also message Chase. This one, let me just send back the number, message Chase, and also get the only the reading without the bracelet. That is also possible. whatever that you want is possible. Okay, we will make it work for you. Don't worry. I just want you to get it today because you will get the earliest slot. I don't want you to buy later and then suddenly you got the December one. You cannot blame us. Okay. So today, exceptional lah for those people who bought it today. We give you like seminar exclusive fast track. Seminar fast track. We will give you. Okay, so we are taking more and those people who really wants to know about your health, the basic reading, right? You can actually send the message to this number. This one will be directed straight to Chase number. You can ask him what are the potential health issue only. Okay, health issue, and also the part, and then you can actually ask Chase if you want to buy any bracelets or what. You can actually ask Chase which bracelet actually will be suitable for you according to your element, and also according to your. Can share the only budget reading link without bracelet? Can, no problem. Let me share it with you. Don't worry, everything is possible. Let me find for it. Nothing is possible, but then let me find for it. Okay. And also those of you who wants to know, like, you are getting the praise protection. Praise protection, there's only like few more left. Thank you so much for those of you who bought it. Remember this one, the one that bought it, you will be the limited edition one. Limited edition people, only you will buy. So John, I just sent you the personal budget consultation. So this is the budget reading link without the bracelet. So there will be two, and this one is 10/10 promo that happening now, that you can get it for 328. 328, and then you will get Chase reading. This is 10/10 promo. After 10/10 promo, 328 is only for our senior consultant will do reading for you. If you want to specifically get Chase to do your reading, it will be 688. So I really hope that you guys take this opportunity to do it now. And please remember that you have this promo code. Okay, this promo code is very limited, where only until up to a limit, then you cannot use this promo code anymore. So while you can, I will suggest you to do it. And other than that, in our website, we are having 10/10 promo, where we have home feng shui, we have detailed bundle, we have meteorite enamel, which is specifically designed for women empowerment. So for those of you women here, right? Women in here, it will really help you for power up your feminism. So this collection, enamel collection, specifically is for women. So we really encourage all the women. We give certain exposure for women, where we do this collection only for them. And the other one is we have also upcoming products, upcoming new launches. End of this month, we have new launches coming next month. Next month, we're already starting our zodiac and our horoscope for 2024. That will be pretty exciting. I really cannot wait for it, because I want to know what my horoscope and my zodiac said for next year. And I believe Chase reading. So that's how I believe my boss reading.
Oh, not very good leh. Then how then
Good
you must.
Oh my God. This year also not good. Next year also not good. When want to be good?
Okay, we charge people more for home reading lah. 2888888.
So guys, if any other question, is there any other question, or else I think we have to bid you goodbye, and we'll see you on the 11th. 11 will be specifically talking only about budget reading. Only about budget reading. It's about, can you just, maybe you want to tell them like what they will learn during our budget reading seminar?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are very familiar about the this 10-day masters lah. So I believe that number one, we will share about how to correctly read budget chart. What are some of the criteria? Then the second thing is, what are the 10-day masters about? Why are they important? And why should we not read 八字 chart in a way like, just now somebody was saying like, I'm a fire rat. You know what? So whatever that they're saying, it's actually using just the year pillar. So then we will talk to you about importance of the day pillar instead of the year. Okay, it provides a lot more accuracy and also correct information. Then we will also talk a little bit about this way to read a Bazi chart by using the referencing theory. And the last thing we'll talk about is a little bit on the 10 gods. Quite a bit of information to absorb. So on the 11, you must come with a full mind and probably like 2 full cups of coffee. Okay, sounds good.
Yes. So, is there any other question? We are opening the floor for the last question. If there's no, oh, suddenly I don't have voice already. Okay, if there's no other questions, right, I will see you guys. I'm going to paste again the number. This is Chase number. So any one of you who wants to get recommendation of the bracelet, please do it before 11:59 today, because the code will be expiring later in 1 more hour. So I think there's no more question. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for coming, and thank you. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed our health issue, and not enjoy our health issue. I mean, you get some knowledge and insight. What can you prepare for 2024 in terms of your health? So any last word from Chase, and we will close this seminar for today. Suddenly he's gone.
Okay,
Any
I'm
last
still
word
here.
for you?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay, so I think what was the so I think what's important is that right today you guys have learned about health and also 八字 already, and I really hope that you guys can take this seriously as an opportunity to use this knowledge to improve your health, and most importantly think of your loved ones. Think of this like an insurance. Like I always tell people that right, if you can spend so much on financial instruments that are okay, I wouldn't call them not important, but I would just say that things that you can do on your own, right? Why not you spend a little bit on some things that you cannot do on your own? Yeah, technically speaking, you can invest in your own money lah. The only thing that you cannot do is to buy the hospital insurance on your own. Or actually, technically, you can also. But one of the things that I feel is important is to do a reading to get a good assessment, a good feel of what exactly you lack in your life. I think that is one of the most important thing that we can ever give our loved ones for. Yeah, so spend a little bit for your loved ones to understand the issues that potentially they might face. Okay, so with that, then I guess that's the end of today's seminar. Then I'm going to go on to reply the messages shortly after I take a break. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Julius. Thank you, John. Personal well-being. Yes, personal well-being. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Ting Ting, see you on the 11.
Okay, bye bye.
Not see you on
I
the
think
11. Yeah.
Ting Ting also sign up for our course. So you will see her also.
Yeah. Ting Ting is coming. She said it just now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ting Ting, you want to see me, right? That's why you're coming, right?
Yeah. Okay. So after the course, right? After the course, then Bibo will treat us for dinner. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And then how dinner have what? $2 chicken rice.
Yes, Tintin, you can also if you guys have already bought, the people who already bought the workshop, right, joining us for the workshop, remember you will have the credit back. So you can also use that to bring another friend of yours to join us for the seminar. Not seminar, I mean the workshop. So Tintin, if you have a friend, you are also allowed to bring one of your friend, okay? So we can all learn together. People who learn together stays together. Like that. Okay, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye, everybody. See you.
Bye bye guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.